It's so nice out today. I stretched my arms over my head and felt the invigorating sea breeze rock my bangs from side to side. We had entered the tail end of May, and the rainy season had arrived for the world at large. However, Miyajima was the island of clear skies, the sun was shining, and completely ignorant of the rainy season. I wondered how Kureha would respond to my joke just now. Would she laugh or would she smack me? Yeah, she'd smack me, I bet. I imagined Kureha's reaction and smirked to myself. I knew it was gross of me, but when I thought about Kureha, I couldn't help but break into a natural grin. Ferries arrived at the port at fixed intervals, and cars and trucks came rolling off the ship one after another. Kureha and the others would likely be getting off after the vehicles had generally finished. Midterms were over, our studies had reached a resting point, and the first years had headed out the other day on an outing to the city on the opposite shore. The first year students were supposedly returning this afternoon and should be on the ferry in front of me. I'd likely see them from my current vantage point if I waited here. Would they be back soon? Going a day without seeing her made me ridiculously lonely. Something told me I was completely addicted to Kureha, but that was unavoidable given how cute she was. Yep, totally unavoidable. Grandpa had acknowledged my relationship with Kureha too, so telling me not to be flirty with her would make less sense. Once everything was over, I called Grandpa to the island and told him everything. About the battle revolving around the mallet, that Kureha was the fake Ura, and that I'd fallen in love with her. And when I did, Grandpa laughed. He replied with a hearty pat on the shoulder and handed me a bottle of fine liquor as a parting gift. There were so many things I wanted to say to him, but it made me genuinely happy that he had approved of my relationship with Kureha. I could remain on the island until I graduated and continue living with Kureha. If I had a thorough conversation with him, I was sure I could be with her from now on and forever. Shoot for the stars, the sky's the limit, our future was spread out wide as the sea before us. Making babies though? I didn't dislike the idea of having children, but it was much too soon for us. We hadn't been dating for very long. But we were having sex practically every day, and Kureha had been in pretty high spirits lately. Crap. We'd had sex before she left for her trip, but I was still getting pretty worked up. No, a little longer. Be patient, a little longer. A bit longer and I could see Kureha, my beloved girlfriend. I could hear someone carefully treading the lawn. They were clearly after something. I steadied my breathing and then, in perfect sync with the approaching footsteps, "Welcome home!" I turned around to face Kureha before she could circle around and pulled her into a tight embrace. Ahaha, welcome back! Why you... Whoops! I'm sorry, it was an accident. So it's okay as long as nobody's around? With that, Kureha looked away with flushed cheeks. It was so like her to insult me despite never denying it. Ahaha, who do you think I am? I may not look it, but I am a fine phantom thief.
立派かどうかは知らんが、確かにその通りだな。私もまだまだ修行が足らないようだ。
Kureha reflected to herself before looking back up at my face. Then, with bright pink cheeks, she reached out to me. Hmm?
だから、
And like I said, what's Ahaha, sorry. I smiled and pulled Kureha into another tight embrace. Apparently, her reaching out and making the noise was her way of saying she wanted a hug. There, good girl.
子供扱いじゃないにゃ。
But what about when I pet your head?
ケイスケのって気持ち。ごまかしても無駄だぞ。こんなことじゃ、私は。
Coo meow, pet.
これほや。
When I hugged Kureha and petted her head, she acted like a cat and buried her face into my chest. Coo meow was adorable as ever today. Cute was justice. Once again, welcome home.
ただいま。
I was lonely while you were gone.
そんな大げさな。たった一日離れていただけだろ。
That single day was long. Even if I sit around drinking on my own, it doesn't taste good.
仕方のないやつだな。
What about you? Were you not lonely without me?
だから、そんなこと聞くな。寂しかったに決まってるだろ。
Kureha.
お前がそばにいないとうさばらしもできないからな。ストレスがマッハだ。
Am I just some stand-in for a sandbag?
そうだ。私を受け止めてくれるのはお前だけだ。お前は私だけのお前だ。もちろん、私もお前だけの私だ。変なこと言わせるな。恥ずかしい。
There's no reason to be embarrassed. Those lines of yours make me super happy.
そうか。ねえ、ケイスケ。
Kureha fidgeted and gazed at my face. This was her way of telling me she wanted more attention, so I brushed her bangs aside and gave her a soft kiss. It was a gentle kiss, one where our lips barely made contact. However, that seemed to be enough for Kureha at this moment all on its own.
ケイスケの唇ポカポカしてるね。
With that comment, her cheeks dyed faintly and a bashful smile crossed her face. Ugh, God! Coo meow! You're so cute!
急に抱きしめるな。
Haha! Kureha!
まったく仕方のないやつだな。
What's wrong?
大変だ。これは大変だぞ。またキスしたくなっちゃった。
Kureha.
ケイスケ。
Our faces drew in close once again and we slowly exchanged a kiss.
じー。
Wow! Aoi, you were there?
そりゃあいますよ。クーちゃんと一緒に船を降りてきたんだもん。いやー、それにしても相変わらずラブラブですな。妹のあちきでも焼いちまいますぜ。バカ、茶化すんじゃない。ごめんね。でもクーちゃん本当に寂しかったんだね。昨日ものろけ話ばかりして私を寝かせてくれなかったし、最後は早くケイスケに会いたいよって枕に大事なところを押し付けて。バカ、誰がそんなことするか。私はただ枕を抱きしめて。
Oh, hugged your pillow, and then what?
言えるかバカ。まあ言わなくてもいいけどね。その時の様子こっそり携帯で録画したし。
What?
やんだぞ。ほらお兄ちゃんパース。
Oh, let's see here.
見るな、や めろやめてくれ
Kureha's shouts echoed on the invigorating breeze. The weather on Miyajima would be great again today. We are back! The sun was beginning to set around the time we made it back from the harbor to the plum dorms. The sun's rays shone in through the window and cast the shadow of the sliding door across the tatami padded room.
やっぱり我が家は落ち着くな
It's just about that time. Want to head to the bathhouse before dinner?
そうだな汗臭くなってるし先にお風呂に入りたい
Sweaty Kumiao! Ha, ha.
バカ変なところで発情するなお前は盛りのついた犬か
Men are wolves. In our hearts, we are constantly in mating season.
だったらその狼さんに首輪でもつけてやろうか
No, thank you. This was it. This. I definitely needed one interaction like this a day to whip me into shape. It truly felt like Kureha had come home at last. Still, all of that stuff about being in heat and whatnot may have been a joke, but I had been keeping my bubbling arousal in check since we arrived, and we just so happened to be alone right now. What is it?
いや着替えを探してたら前にお前にもらった服を見つけて
Ah, the one from our date? Are you going to wear it?
あれはとっておきだお前との大事な日にしか着ていかない
Really? I'd really like it if you wore it more often though. Your cuteness meter shoots up another 50 points when you put it on.
そうか
I know! Why don't we go buy you more clothes sometime? It's nearly summer, so it'd be nice to pick up a swimsuit and a yukata.
本当かあいやでもお金が
I'll make it another present then.
そんなお前にばかり負担をかけるわけにはいかん
It's fine. Most of your salary is eaten up by living expenses, isn't it? In which case, I'll cover the rest. For the girl I love. So on and so forth.
そこは略すなちゃんと言え
Wha?
じゃない言葉にしないとわからない
Guess you leave me no choice. I scratched the back of my head and gazed into Kureha's eyes. I want to help you be prettier, so I want to give you presents. Let me do that, please.
そこまでお願いされたら仕方ないなもらってやってもいいぞ
Pfft, what's with that? You're like some sort of princess.
どこってお前の国のお姫様だもちろん王子様は何を言わせるんだ恥ずかしい
Nope, you walked right into that one yourself. As usual, Kureha could be sappy and romantic in the weirdest of ways. That side of her was adorable beyond words. Well then, princess, are all your bathing preparations in order?
ちょっと待って今下着の替えを出すから
I certainly can't wait. If you don't hurry up, I'm going to play a naughty prank on you.
バカ少し待ってってば
Upon my urging, Kureha rushed over to the dresser to try and pick out underwear, but seemed to be in a panic of which pair to wear.
こっちは一昨日つけたのだからケイスケが飽きてしまうな
Interesting. Maybe I should try teasing her a little more. Coo meow. Is he grabbing her breast? Looks like it. So maybe I should make a cut here. I'll see you in a second. It's the next day. Alright, time to dig in. Now that morning classes were over, my lovey-dovey flirty lunchtime with Kureha had arrived. I headed to the first-year classrooms to meet my beloved girlfriend. I would eat another lunchbox Kureha had made and savor my happiness. A genuine lunchbox made by a loving wife. Well, I guess it's a little soon to call her a loving wife. Ehehe.
何デレデレしてるの？
Whoa! Don't pop up out of nowhere!
ボケーっと歩いてるお兄ちゃんが悪いんでしょ？
Brrr. Having Aoi take me from behind was quite the failure on my part. Maybe I hadn't noticed her presence because I was lost in thought. I wasn't working as a phantom thief for the time being, but Kureha would likely be angry with me if I got too careless. She did like manly men, after all.
お兄ちゃんはこれからクーちゃんとお昼？
Yeah, want to come with?
一緒に食べたいのは山々だけど、ちょっとやることがあって。
What might that be?
それはまだ秘密。クーちゃんにバラされちゃうかもしれないしね。
Which means you're planning on doing something to Kureha. I've had more than enough of your plans as it is.
大丈夫。今回はそういうのじゃないから。悪いことしてるわけでもないしね。
Really? Okay, I'll trust you. And won't pry any further.
ありがとう。ああ、そういえば知ってる？クーちゃんこの前カツアゲしようとしてた不良さんをコテンパンにやっつけたんだって。
Wow, I guess she's taking her security work seriously. Wait, wouldn't that mean she raised a hand to a civilian?
ああ、別に大怪我させたわけじゃないよ。ちょっと投げ飛ばして麻酔針を打ち込んだだけみたい。まあその後不良さんは一日中舌が回らなくなってカメレオンってあだ名がついたみたいだけど。
Haha, I guess that's fine then. It'll be a good lesson for her. Someone like me, who had Oni blood in his veins, could recover from those anesthetic needles within minutes. However, an ordinary person wouldn't be so lucky and would remain numb for at least a day. As long as you use the correct volume and methodology of use, anesthetic needles could be excellent weapons for self-defense. I couldn't stress enough, as long as you used proper discretion. Oh, speak of the devil. While I was talking to Aoi in the hall, Kureha came out of the classroom with lunchboxes in hand. However, she was letting out quiet sighs and looked kind of exhausted. What's up? Is the triple onslaught of work, studying and a part-time job as difficult as it sounds?
そんなことはない。今までだって怪盗と勉強とバイトをこなしてきたんだ。これくらい平気だ。でもそれに加えてもう一つお仕事があるでしょ？なんだそれは？夜の営みだよ。バカ、何を言い出すんだ突然。でも毎日してるんでしょ？お兄ちゃんだけじゃなくてクーちゃんも意外とむっつりさんっぽいしね。うるさいな。健介が求めてくれるもんだから私もつい興奮して。何を言わせるんだ。恥ずかしい。照れるクーちゃんかわいい。今日もラブラブで大いに結構。それじゃあ私は用事があるからこれにて失礼。二人は屋上にでも行ってしっぽりしていってね。しっぽり言うな。またね。
Kureha blushed red and waved goodbye, and Aoi waved back with a smile before heading down the hallway. Huh? Aoi's hand. It was wrapped in a bandage. Had she hurt herself?
葵の用事ってなんだ？
She said she couldn't tell you.
私に隠し事だと？葵のくせに生意気な。
It doesn't seem like anything bad, so don't worry about it. I bet she's just selling peep shots of you or something.
それはれっきとした犯罪だろ。今すぐ捕まえてやる。
Wait, I'm joking. There's no way Aoi would do anything like that. I walked up behind Kureha before she could run away and pulled her into a tight embrace. Then I ran my fingers through her long hair. There, there, good girl. Looks like you've settled down. Come on, forget all that and let's eat. We'll have lunch together, just the two of us.
ケイスケと二人きり仕方ないな。そういうことなら一緒に行ってやろう。ほら、早く行くぞ。
Ah, don't tug. I smiled at Kureha, who happily tugged on my arm and slowly began to walk. A private, flirty, lovey-dovey lunch for two. Alright, Papa, I was gonna give our lunchtime activities everything I had.
あら、ケイスケくんたちもこちらでお昼ですか？あれ、どうして私は睨まれているのでしょうか。二人きりのお昼へ。
When we headed to the roof of the school gates, we found Otome-senpai there with her lunchbox all spread out. Come to think of it, Senpai had mentioned liking this place. How careless of us. We ultimately decided to eat lunch as a group. Senpai appeared to have another homemade lunchbox today. It was a so-called Makunochi lunchbox in which the nutritional balance was well planned out.
ケイスケくんたちのお弁当はクレハちゃんが作られたのですか？
Yes, I buy the ingredients and Kureha makes it, basically. She makes our meals every morning and night.
その後はもちろんデザートにクレハちゃんをいただくんですよね。キャッキャッじゃない。突然何をほざいてるんだ。なさらないのですか？それはたまに美味しく食べてもらってるけど。笑うな。
Kureha went red and waved her chopsticks at Senpai as she giggled. That was dangerous, so knock it off.
ところで今日はあれをなさらないのですか？
What's that exactly?
あれはあれですよ。おかずをケイスケくんのお口に持ってきて、パーンって。いや、別にそんなことしないが。なぜですか？どうしてそこで世界が終わったような驚き方をする？だってね。
Directing that at me really puts me on the spot. She had a point though. Kureha hadn't gone, "Darling, open up and say ah" at all lately.
どうしてやめてしまわれたのですか？お二人が仲良く食べさせっこをしてる姿を見るのが私のプレシャスメモリーでしたのに。まさかお二人は恋が壊れる5秒前。違う、私たちの愛は永遠だって言わせるの恥ずかしい。
Oh, cool meow. She'd been letting things blow up in her face a lot lately. I guess it was fine since it was cute though.
前にあんな恥ずかしいことをしていたのはお前らの目を欺くためだったんだ。全てがバレた今、前のように人前でイチャつく必要はない。そうなのですか？残念です。本物の恋人同士になったお二人ならエクストリーム食べさせっこを見せてくださると思ったのですが。どんな新競技だそれは。説明しますと、断崖絶壁でおかずを食べさせたりサーフィンをしながら。いや、いい。それ以上聞いたら私の中のカップル像が崩れる。
Kureha stopped Senpai and gave her own value system priority. True enough, I wouldn't really want to have the kind of girlfriend that would feed me her home cooking while surfing. Man, flirting in public really is embarrassing, huh?
なんだ、なんか文句あるのか。
Oh, I think you just haven't noticed, but we actually flirt in public a lot. We kissed at the harbor the day you got back from your trip, and we just hugged each other earlier.
なぜバラす。あらあら、クレハちゃんってば意外と大胆なんですね。ということで、ここはやはりエレクトリック食べさせっこを。
What's that?
おいこら、名前が変わってるぞ。とにかく人前じゃやだ。二人きりなのしてやらんこともないわ。じゃない。そもそもお前は邪魔なんだ。 介くん、クレハちゃんがいじめます。ゆゆゆ。
Ah, you poor thing. Kureha apologized to Senpai.
どうしてそっちの肩を持つんだ、この浮気者。ケイスケくんを返してほしかったらエキセントリック食べさせっこをすることですね。何、今のは罠だったのか。
Hey, you changed the name again. Ah, we weren't going to get anywhere if this kept up. Okay then, I'll feed you. Senpai wants to see us feed each other, so will that work?
はい、私は構いませんよ。まあ、私がするんじゃないならいいけど。
There we go. Open up then. I chose the simmered black soybean dish I thought Kureha would enjoy from the lunch and carried it to her mouth. Here, say ah. Whoops! Urabe-kun, hand slip! Instead of the black soybean, I delivered my lips instead. Kureha's eyes went wide and her shoulders shivered as she got nailed with my surprise attack. I told you, my hand slipped. Man, gripping soybeans with chopsticks is hard. Huh? You want more? Guess I've got no choice. You're such a glutton. I grabbed Kureha's shoulders and kissed her like crazy. Our lips nuzzled and we shared a sigh. One adorable, weak-in-the-knees kitten complete. The cost priceless.
これがエロティカル旅させっこ。想像以上に過激で素敵ですね。
Senpai's cheeks turned red and her breathing became heavy as she watched Kureha and I kiss up close. Looks like she really enjoyed it.
クレハちゃん、ケイスケくんのお味はどうでしたか？甘かったな。それにすっごく柔らかくて頭がポワポワしてあらあら、クレハちゃんったらお顔真っ赤にしてってなんでこうなった？どうしてこうなった？
Ah, finally back to your senses? It's a rare occasion, so why not eat one more time? This time, I'll do it mouth to mouth. Kureha had come to her sense and flourished her chopsticks in the air as she blushed. Come on, that's dangerous, so stop already.
今度またこういうことがあったら私が食べさせるからな。今みたいに人前でキスされたらかなわん。それに作ったものを食べさせて笑顔になってもらう方が私としては何万倍も嬉しいし。だそうですよ。愛されてますね。
Oh, ahaha, you're making me blush.
二人して変な笑みを浮かべるな、バカー。
Senpai and me were all smiles as Kureha shouted and blushed bright red. We spent this average, peaceful day relaxing together like so.